Hello and welcome back to my shed. We've been building this arcade machine. We've got the control panel all built up, the acrylic on the front, and this time we're going to be looking at drilling some holes for the speakers, the sound system, and then we're going to have a look at painting. Once it's all painted up, then we can start looking at the controls. Thank you very much. The sound system is made up of a 2.1 speaker set for a computer, so it's USB powered, plugs into the computer with this what's that, 3.5 or something like that, and it's got two of these satellite speakers. It's supposed to be 20 watts. We'll see what it can do. So I don't need any of this plastic casing, so I'm going to open it up, get rid of all of that. Let's leave that one for now. Let's open these up. So inside we've got speaker, wires, and the front bit. Now in this particular model it just pops out, given a little bit of help. And that's what we're interested in, this sort of felt covered, plastic netting covered front panel, and that's going to go onto the arcade machine. So going to get this one out as well. Okay, there's the second one. Cut the wires. Never mind. So, this one, we need to be a little bit more careful about this one, because we want the control board out of it. So it can't be quite as violent. And in here, which you can't see, okay, we've got the control board for the amplifier, little plugs, so we need that. These front pieces from the speakers, they're going to go in one there and one there. So I've got to drill holes through this. We're going to take this bit out first. Take this bit out, figure out where they're going to go, and drill holes through it. Ready for these. These won't go on quite yet, just until it's all painted, and then they'll be glued on the front. And lower down, if you can see, no, there we go. This one goes under there, so we've got to put a hole through here, and again this won't go on until it's actually painted, but I need to know how big this is and where it's going before I actually start. More to the point, I need to know how big the speaker is, so that I know how big hole to cut. so that I don't, so that I can still put the bolts back on. So now we're going to paint. Time lapse. Well, that's the bulk of it done. Now all the cutting in with a nice brush to all the nooks and crannies where the roller won't go. So the more observant of you may have noticed that the TV is gone, yes. The guy I'm making this for said he wanted to make sure the TV could come out, so I've had to disassemble slightly some bits and pieces. It's a good thing really, because actually I forgot the cable in the back, so I had to come out to find the cable. Anyway, other bits and pieces I did before painting it. We put some holes in the back here, so that's where all the cables can go down. We've put in a number of bits and pieces just to hold the acetate, acrylic rather, in. We've got some holes, one for the speaker on the front. The door is on, yes, and the keyhole's been cut, and the coin slot mechanism. And in the roof, those are the two, I don't know, tweeters maybe, I don't know what they are. So finally, we get to apply the first coat of top coat. There it is, 2 coats of top coat over the undercoat, all painted up, and the paint's finished. Paint's dry now. Got the control panel. This might well get covered up with some graphics, but we'll see how that goes. Just for now, it's nice colour. I think the finish has come out really, really well. I don't know what you can see there. It's like a vinyl. The roller, putting it on with the roller has been amazing. Really well worth doing. So now we're going to put it all together, put all the shiny bits on. But first, I've got to take it apart to put the TV back in. There we go, starting to look like a machine now. We've put the speakers in, they're screwed in. We've put a light holder in the back. This is just to light the marquee. It's going to be an LED light, so it's not going to get that hot. There we go. Now what I want to do is just put some tin foil on the top and bottom, just to reflect the light and make that light more even. We've got the locks in, we've got the coin slot mechanism bolted in. If you look under there, we've got the speakers in, we've got the sound box in the drawer with some cables, not quite plugged in quite yet. And then underneath there, lots of dirty fingerprints all over the paint, but we've got the speakers in, and in the back there, we've got the light bulb. That's all fitted up now, ready to go rock and roll. So what's next? I think the acrylic for the front monitor is next. This is the acrylic that goes on the front over the TV. Goes like that. We've drilled holes around it for the to screw it onto the actual arcade machine. But what we need to do now is we need to mask off and paint the outside to disguise the TV. So I've drawn in here the outline of the TV, and what I need to do now is to peel the plastic off the back, mask out that box, and then spray paint the actual acrylic, so that when you look through the front of it, you get the shiny paint, and it all looks like it's all behind the acrylic, because it is actually behind the acrylic. So we spray painted our mask, and now we've got to see, well, it's dry. Let's see if we can take it off and how good it is. That needs to, there's still plastic film on this side, so I'm going to let that harden up for a bit. Hold it up to the light. That doesn't look too good. Oh, maybe that's just reflection. I'm going to let that cure somewhere, where I'm not sure. So while the paint on the acrylic was hardening up, I put the silver trim on the side. The silver trim comes in about 20-foot lengths, and I just managed to do both sides. That's the arcade machine structurally complete. After all that, we've got all the shiny bits on, TVs in, our acrylics on, all the edging's done, all the shiny bits are on, and now it's just time for the electronics. And that'll be in the next episode, so join me then. It's been a real pleasure taking you on this journey, rather long journey, but we're getting there. The next episode should see it drawing to a close, I hope. Perhaps one more after that, just to show it actually working. But there's miles of wiring to do, loads of soldering. Yeah, well, we'll see how that goes. But join me on the next episode, which should be over there or over there. And see you next time. Thank you.